Yeah, hello there my YouTube friends. So once again we have got another unboxing to do. Another one, this from the Mandalorian. This is the heavy infantry. Great looking figure from what I've seen of the things. I haven't had this one open yet. I've had a quick peek at it like this. But I've yet to unbox them and have a proper look at them. But obviously I've seen other people's unboxings and he looks like just a meaty, mean figure. Now I actually ordered this one after the Beskar Mando, but I ordered this one on eBay. I ordered the Beskar Mando one on one of the Facebook groups from one of the guys on there because they had a really good offer on it. And yet I've still yet to receive that one, but I'm getting this one. Both of them have come from China. Both of them are supposed to be going to be coming from China, so I'm hoping that it might not be too long before I'll get my Beskar one through. Because if not, the guy that I got them from on the Facebook group will be getting another contact to say, where's the thing gone, because I'm getting another one from China through already. And I should technically have my Beskar Mando before I'm getting this one because it was out a lot sooner. So, but with a bit of luck, it's on its way. Anyway, guys, looking at this box again, I mean, I really do like this. This looks absolutely brilliant. I love in the box straight away. The box art already looks amazing. And the fact that they're using pictures of the actual sort of figure you're going to get. I say you've got your warnings not on the back, Star Wars written on the top, not much on the side, but that looks pretty damn cool. I like that. It is of course shoebox style, so I'll get that off and show you the look of the inside, which again, another really cool looking one. I think that is absolutely superb looking. And then of course drop that down and there he is. He does look a meaty bugger, like. I mean, that's just looks absolutely amazing from here. That's without even getting him out, so I am well looking forward to getting him out. So what I'll do is I'll get out the accessories, lay them out in the light box here and show you those first, and then we'll have a look at the character himself. So I'll be with you in a sec. And here we go, guys. Here is your accessories for this big chap. Now what we've got is the base. Now again, they've used like a sand thing in. It has a sort of slight roughness to the texture, but not bad. But it is obviously slightly different to the ones you've been getting lately, which obviously I can't show you at the minute because I don't have any of them out. Like you see, I never use the bases. You do have Heavy Infantry Mandalorian written on it. Again, nice metal nameplate, which is always good. And it is nice that they've used this sort of sand style look, but also not had the imprinted feet in this. So it means you can put them any which way you want, and you don't even have to have them sort of on the floor. Where it is sort of just a cheap sort of style base. You do have the dynamic flight pole there, which is cool, and you do have a waist grabber, which you always got to be careful with, because even though they fit the actual sort of rubber stuff inside of there, it's still got a bit of a pinch thingy to it, and you're still going to have a chance of marking up certain types of suit. Then this is the one thing that's always seems to get to me a little bit, is like why you'll end up having one set of hands where you get a lot more choice than what you get with the other. For what it costs you for these things, guys, would it not be thingy to make a good set for each? Maybe it's not exactly the same style of hands for each side, but to have an even amount. So you've got, I don't tend to use too many of them anyway, but it is nice because there is a lot of people do this for sort of photography reasons, for professional photography reasons and stuff like that. And it would be better for them guys to have a bigger choice. It would be thingy for me to have a choice, so that if I do decide to go, right, I fancy changing them over and having them in a different pose, I'd have a lot more variance on the poses. But well, not, I mean, guys, you can see, the actual weathering to it, battle damage on it, stuff like that. Is kind of cool. And you can see that's like basically, it's like a grip style hand. You obviously got the same there. You got a fisted hand in the same way. It's kind of cool. I'll obviously not show you them two because that would be pointless. You have a trigger hand, which again that's done with even more. I mean that just looks really cool. And of course this hand, which I think is just brilliant, because if you fancy doing them in a flying pose and doing the salute that he done, you know, the end of one of the thingies of Mandalorian, when the Mandalorian got to get me one of those, that is the hand. You know, whether you'll be able to get his hand up to actually make it look like he's saluting or not is a different matter. We'll have a look at that shortly, but there you go, and that's that hand. And of course, as always, you get the spare wrist pegs. We have a nice, I would take this is probably going to be a Vibra Blade, which is kind of cool. Not loads of something at this end of it. On the back end here, you can sort of see the weathering and what have you to it, and so that's kind of cool. We have this Jetpack, which again, I mean, just look at the thingy, the battle damage, the weathering, the paint apps just look absolutely cool, you know, and the fact that it looks like it's sort of been scorched and what have you from, I think the bottom just looks absolutely brilliant. I love that. And of course it looks like it's a different way of putting it on there. It's not using the loop thingies, which is really good, because Boba Fett and that were a nightmare to put theirs on. So hopefully that one will be a bit easier to attach. But I mean, I just think that looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's nice and light because it's just plastic. So it's nice and light, which is what you want. You don't want anything too heavy on the figure. And of course these things that can come at the bottom of it. Yeah, really sort of cleverly done. Yeah, that can be sort of seen through a little bit. Really good. And you know, just to basically attach somehow into the bottoms of them. I think they're just pushing. I don't think there's any particular way. No, there's not. There's any particular way. They're just basically pushing. Yeah, I think that's really cool, and that'll look fantastic on his fucking back, that thing, like if you want to do a flying pose. And then there's this thing. Oh my god, look at this thing. You can't even fit it all on the camera. Come on, go. Yeah, it is a monstrosity. It's a brute. We have a bit of movement on here, so you can see, have it down, over, mid-range or up. This thing moves out, so you can basically be grabbing it that way on, which is something cool. The things don't spin, but then again, you know, these aren't sort of like guns that we have here. These more like really don't sort of shoot bullets as such, I don't think. So you don't need out of that. Then you've got this big thing which does have movement on it. And it does have a wire in it, that's cool. And it obviously attaches somewhere, probably on the back of here somewhere, which I'll have to have a look at. But I think that is like, just looks absolutely beautiful, my guys. Yeah, it's just a mean machine of a thing, and I just think it looks absolutely mint. So anyway guys, that's what accessories, that's what we've got with him. Now let's get him out and show you him, and let's see what he can manage to do. And there he is, guys. Just stand up. I mean, what an imposing figure he is. He just absolutely looks fantastic. I mean, I like me figures. I've always liked me figures. I've always enjoyed unboxing me figures. But this guy just looks friggin' brilliant. I mean, he does. He just looks absolutely mint. Yeah, I'm loving him. And I'm hoping if he's got some good posability to him, that he'll quickly become one of those characters that I'll just go like, wow, this guy is amazing. I mean, I've got the OG Mando, and that thing's amazing. I absolutely fucking love it. This guy just is like, he's up there. He's up there with him. The fact that he's got these different colours, there's a hell of a lot of battle damage to him and stuff like that. It's just absolutely freaking wicked. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. What we'll do is we'll get sort of a closer look at him and show you what he's capable of doing. Let's see how posable he might be, see what we can get out of him. You can see at the minute he's got no fixtures or accessories or anything on him at all, just what he came with. That's how we came. But I want to see what he's capable of with all those big honking bits of stuff on him, because that might be the things that might sort of hinder some of it. But we're about to find out, guys. We're about to find out. I'm just hoping how you can see how beautiful the helmet is and just how much sort of battle damage is on here. The paint apps, you just can't fault them. These are just beautiful paint apps. Unless you're seeing it in front of you first hand. I mean, even in 4K, this probably won't show up as good as what it'll look if you're looking at it in your hand in person and being able to see all the different gradients of colour. You've got sort of the blue, you've got a grey, then you've got the silver all the way around these parts here. You've got a lighter blue inside of there, which has actually shown up again on camera as being slightly more vibrant of a blue than it actually is. It's slightly more light of a blue. This side here, it's got the light on it, so it looks very bright blue, but this side is more like how it actually looks in real life, when the light isn't shining directly on, because I have got a light shining directly on from this particular side, as you can see there when I'm casting a shadow. So that's why that one's looking more vibrant of a blue than this side is, because the light is coming directly from that side. But I mean, you can see the pitting in here, that is actually sort of a pit into it, and it's got different colours going on in there. It just absolutely looks fantastic, man. You cannot complain with stuff like this. And it's, even though it's a helmet that's sculpted, you can't see the thing. There's no sort of face to it. The chances are with it character like this, I probably wouldn't be having his face on display. I would probably have the actual helmet on. So what can he do? You can look down. That's not bad at all till it sort of touches his sort of breastplate. So, and then looking back over, you've got pretty much that, which is canny enough. You could probably do with it if it could have come back a little bit further. For if he was doing a flying pose, would have been even better. But I mean, that is sort of pretty good. It's pretty decent when if you think that would be him sort of flying, he's not quite looking directly forward, which is a bit of a shame. But at least you've got some. And then you got the side motion, which is good. And you got all round lovely ball joint on there for him to look around. So that's pretty cool. Out over, the plate comes off because it's literally on a bit of Velcro, so you can put the bit of Velcro up, you can Velcro back into place. It's ratcheted joints as well, which is good. You have got a butterfly joint in there, but you're not going to notice too much with it because of the fat suit, I'm afraid. So you're not going to get much thingy with that. It has got bicep swivel there as well, so that's good because it's what you need. And again, it's a ratcheted joint at the elbow, so I'll just drop this down so you can see. Ratcheted joint at the elbow. You're only going to get about that because of the actual thingy, but I love the fact that this is material. That all this stuff around here is all material, so you shouldn't have too much bother with anything sort of falling apart. This here is the only concern I would have, is that this feels like it's like a pleather. That feels like it could be a pleather. Them things on his belt are plastic, so that's that's okay. I wouldn't worry about them. They can't open up, and they just seem like a sort of proper thingy plastics, so that's okay. It's just like this part of the belt here that concerns us a little bit, because that feels like it could be pleather. It looks like there's your bit for attaching his backpack onto it, which we will obviously be doing shortly. And again, it's a nice feeling to feel ratcheted joints there. How far forward are we going to get his arm to come? So I've just been messing on with it, to take that off a second. Let's see if we can get it to, there you go, ratcheted joints forward. There we go. So you can see, that's pretty good. Yeah, you could probably get it a bit further with a bit more effort, but I'm just getting them. I don't want to freaking break them straight away. So yeah, I've got him an extra one up, so that's pretty cool. Okay, obviously these things can sort of spin around on his thing to put them into whatever position you want, but that's pretty cool. I think of how far forward you can get it. And again, it's just a case of fussing with the material, and you can get it back. But again, I mean, how often are you going to have your arm going back that way? It's not very often you've got any reason to have your arm going back like that. And in the case, obviously, once you got him posed into position, you just stick the thingy back on with the Velcro, and you're done. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. You got a nice enough range of motion on the arms by the looks of it, so that's good. Waist articulation, I'm afraid you're probably not going to get much at all in waist articulation, for the simple fact is the fat suit that he has on is going to cause some form of issue. So you know, you've really sort of got next to nothing in there. Legs, again, you know for a fact a lot of times with the hot toys you don't get a huge range of motion with the actual legs going forwards, or especially backwards is things, but that's it going forward. Yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to get. Going back, I can't even see you getting much at all. That's it going back. Down a bit more, we'll show you the knee. Again, ratcheted joint, double bend. Only thing that sort of stops it is when these catch. Which again, these are just plastic. None of it's die cast, none of it's metal, which would, you know, it would have been nice, but it also would have made it even heavier again, which he's already a heavy dude. You know, he already weighs a nice amount. So, and then the foot wise, because it's a thingy joint, you've got loads of motion there, which is cool. That's what you want. You know, a lot of motion. You've always got to be careful when you have got that type of motion on the boot, because obviously it can, when you have your when I can speak, when the words come to my mouth, when you pose your figures like what I do, which is without the stands, without the crotch grabber, or without the waist grabber half the time, and I'm just standing on their own, you've got to think that at that thing you've got that full weight of that character literally going through that particular joint. You know, that's the joint that's going to be taking the brunt of it all. You know, so I can understand why a lot of people do like to use where they can, or just like to use them full stop, is because then it takes a lot of the actual thingy out of those ankle joints. You know, because my characters all do not, or 90% do not use the thingies, so that is then putting weight through that one ankle joint. Yeah, so that's sort of one of the long-term sort of concerns for me, is like how much deterioration is it going to have through that joint. If I'm not moving it too often, maybe it'll be okay, maybe I'll not have an issue with it. But I do know obviously a couple of my figures have got that thingy, but they were older figures, you know, they were already, joints were loose when I got them. So this character, I mean, he just, you know, you can see when you look at them, when you look at the paintwork on these things, guys, I mean, it is absolutely bloody fabulous. Yeah, the battle damage, the paint apps, the way it's been done, the fact you've got so many little nuances of different colours that really you might not be paying too much attention to until you've got it in hand and you're looking at him and you're going like, wow, this guy just looks superb. You know, with all the different bits of materials that's on them. You know, even like the elbow joints at the back. You know, these, oh, you can see that I've got a camera in the wrong place. There you can see, so even on the back where you're not really going to see it that often, because it's, how often are you going to have your back, the back of a character to somebody, you know? But this still went to the effort to make sure that, you know, all of it, the helmet is included, has sort of battle damage done to it, and has the beautiful paint apps done, which I think is just absolutely fantastic, you know. He looks mint. So what I'll do now is I'll sort of get his backpack out and what have you, and we'll actually have a go and see if we can get that arm up to do the pose as if he's flying and saluting. So let's see if I can do that. So that there is probably roughly about as close as what you're going to get it to looking right. It's not quite there, it's not quite 100%. As you can see, you know, from that sort of angle there, you know, you can probably bend his arm a little bit like that, but the fact that his arm is up and his thing is probably now almost as much as what you're going to get it, you know, and it looks strange from that angle when you see that like that. So, but I think it looks kind of cool. I like that. I've just got to basically now again look for how and where I'm going to pose this guy up. But for now, in a case of like, yeah, do I have him fly and pose like that, or do I have him with the gun? Yeah, which do I do? How do you do something more akin to that? Yeah, with him, with his big meaty gun on him. Yeah, it's just one of those things you've got to think for yourself, is how you feel. Right now I've got no idea. I've honestly got no idea how I'm going to do him. I think I'm just going to have to mess around, have a look at other people's videos again, see how some of them have got them. Maybe if you think, if you're on Instagram, tag us on Instagram if you've got this guy and show me how you've got him posed up, so it gives us some ideas. And you know, now maybe I'll find something and copy it, and that looks really good. But for now, guys, I am like well happy with this guy, and I just can't wait for me Beskar Mando Deluxe to come in with Grogu, so that I can do a proper sort of pose up and what have you, you know. So, but because obviously at the moment, the other Mando is, if I can get this turned on enough, here on a speeder bike, which I think looks kind of cool. You know, I'm kind of sort of enjoying that at the minute, being like that, because I haven't got the, obviously one of the scout troopers, which is what I wouldn't mind getting, is a scout trooper on a speeder bike, and I wouldn't mind getting an actual proper swoop bike for the Mando. But this guy's the one we're looking at, and I am well happy with this guy. I think he is just absolutely tremendous. I've now got the headache of where to put him, what pose to put him in, and stuff like that. But it's a good headache to have, guys. It really is a good headache to have. Thanks for those that have watched. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, you know, that there's still sort of a few years out there that will watch. You know, there's not many compared to what I've had in the past, but those that are sticking by us and still coming back and having a look, I really do appreciate it, guys. It means the world to me, so thank you. And anyway, this is me. I'm done. I'm going to get this guy and I'm going to probably leave him on my desk for the time being while I just sort of just look him over and wonder what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But I can see it. It's a good place to be, guys. It's a good place to be. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. It's the bearded nerdy oaf with a heavy Mandalorian, and I am out of here, guys.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,
Okay.